Hi, Tech Press with you. My name is Sima Kocher. Today, I would like to share with you last news about those five journalists and activists has been arrested in north of Iraq and been sentenced. They've been accused and prosecuted and arrested by Masroor Barzani. And before I go to that subject, I would like to say that KRG, who's running KRG, and what's going on in that region, and why people are unhappy. And now, KRG, it's north of Iraq, south of Kurdistan, is running by this Masoud Barzani, and he has been president for many years. Many years. Then, when he retired or he changed his position, of course, his son-in-law and his nephew, and at the same time his son-in-law, he been replaced by him, Masoud Barzani. And then also he has his son, Masroor Barzani. He's a prime minister. This guy is prime minister in KRG. And the pictures I've just shown, this is the Masoud Barzani, father to Masroor Barzani, and father-in-law to Nichirvan Barzani. So basically, this region are mostly running by this family. I'm sorry to say that, but in my opinion, I can say this family a psycho family, because if we see what happened in that region, there's five, as I said, five journalists and activists. They are not only victims. We have 9 more victims. And you see here, we have many more. They are all these journalists, activists, politicians are in prison. Some of them, we don't know where they are. At least we know the 6 ones are in prison and sentenced. And if we say why people are unhappy, why people are wanting to change the system, this corrupt system, we can say this is when people have no choice. They have left their family, they left their country, and they seeking asylum in other countries in Europe and the rest of the world. This is what happened to most of them. This is what Kurdish there. The sea between Turkey and Europe. There are Kurdish people who didn't have jobs, didn't have security, didn't have. They didn't get paid, and they humiliated, they discriminated. This has all happened to Kurdish people if you are not PDK or PUK. So here, this is awful. This is heartbreaking when we all saw the headline news what happened to Kurdish people in the sea between Turkey and Europe. So, and if you say that there is in other area in Kurdistan, they have been doing demonstration. Young people, they are against this system. We see there are in the region Sheladize, lots of young people were very calm, no violence, no weapon, nothing. They were demonstrating against this system, corrupt system. And you look, if we're gonna bear with me, we can together see this video. They're only young people, civilian people are making this demonstration. Masroor Barzani, he sent special forces, thousands and thousands, to this place to stop this demonstration. There was no violence, nothing. Why he would do that? To shut people down. If we look here, that civilian people, young people, they are again telling him we have demonstrated they're not happy with his system. So if you criticize the system, then you get jailed, you get persecuted. You don't know many of them, as I said before, sorry, we don't know where they are. In City Zaho, many of young people now, almost 1 year, had been in prison, arrested by this system, by Masroor Barzani. And if this is this situation that has been going on for years and years and years, nothing has been changed. Then they all what he did, what Masroor Barzani and his system are doing, they just shutting people down, killing journalists, and putting teachers, politicians in prison, humiliating them, discriminating them. And many of them, they had no choice; they left the country. Here, if we go back to what main subject we want to talk about, there was about the few days ago. Sorry, a few days ago, the lawyer for those 5 activists, journalists, he attended a press conference, and he said he's telling us about the process from day one until now, what happened. And then this Masroor Barzani, he arrested and accused this journalists, activists. The lawyer, Mr. Bashar Hassan, he also talking on behalf of his colleagues, other lawyers, and he says, our clients, they've been tortured in the prison. They've been threatened by investigators, by Assange, and also they haven't. The lawyers says that they haven't allowed to access those reports and investigations they have been gone through, and also lawyers were not allowed to attend with their clients during the hearing. And why they get forced to admit to Masroor Barzani's accusations, only reason is to back up to back up his manipulation, his lies, and his accusations. In prison, the investigators says the lawyer threatened our clients, if you not admit to these accusations or informations or what and then you have we're gonna torture your family, and their family is gonna be tortured. Their wives, daughters, mothers are going to be raped. And some of those journalists, activists, they couldn't put up with this pressure, and they have no choice to protect their family. So they have to to admit some of those accusations and informations only because to protect their families. And here, that's what lawyer Bashar Hassan says what happened during this process. And also, if we go in law in Iraq, if someone committed a crime, he has to attend the court in that city. They're not going to move to another city, another court. But here, what Masroor Barzani did, he removed all those 5 activist journalists. They are from Dohuk, from Badina. They moved them to Erbil, only because there Masroor Barzani has full control over judges, courts, police, Assange, and all that system. If we see the appeal court in Hawler, their accusation against those 5 journalists and activists, accusations says Mr. Bashar Hassan that they were meeting with some foreign embassies and foreign organizations. If I ask to get that picture from when journalist Shirwan Shirwani, he with 4 other journalists or friends, they met a German embassy, I think, in a hotel, Rochesh Hotel in Dohuk City. And this is happened in 2016. And this picture that Masroor Barzani accusing those journalists that they have been giving information about the country. They accuse them for lots of accusation. There has no evidence, says the lawyer, Mr. Bashar Hassan. He also says that where, if we say also some about Iraqi law, in Iraq you have militias that accuse oppositioners, journalists, activists, work of foreign embassies. Here now we have KRG that arrest journalists and activists to have been meeting with foreign embassies or consulate or organizations, and the lawyer says this is not a crime. So if we say that Erbil Appeal Court, which been approved the criminal Erbil Criminal Court's ruling, the convicted 5 Badina journalists and activists to 6 years in prison each one, what is widely believed to be trapped up judges charges. Sorry, here very interesting. There we see those judges. I would like need help to this is judges in appeal court in Hawler. I'm gonna some information here. There it says about these judges. It's very important we pay attention to it. Kurdistan Region Court of Cassation, which confirmed the conviction of the 5 journalists and activists, consists of 5 judges. 3 are PDK and 2 are PUK. Those 3 KDP or PDK KDP judges, of course, voted in favor of ruling, while the 2 others voted against. Here, this is the judges. They are PDK, 3 of them, and it's not surprising that the appeal court also accused their accusations against those journalists, which also tell us this 3 judges, if we go for the policy or the law, they are disqualified because they are PDK. And Mr. Bashar Hassan, the lawyer, says this is unfair and there is no justice. One point, I'm going to repeat it again. They've never been, this lawyer says that they have never been able to access the reports that investigations the police has done or investigators has done. They were not allowed to access until the day when they were attended to the court. Then, and also they were not present when they were investigated. And also they've moved from Dahok to Erbil's court. And all these accusations, they have no evidences, except that when they forced some of them, those, I'm repeating again, they admitted to the accusations only because to protect their families. Here we are for today. I would like to say, people out there, it's important that the world would take their responsibility to see and to do something about the north of Iraq, the KRG, and that Masroor and his system, regime, or fascism, whatever we can call him. And also the civilian people are very, very, very in urgent situation. When you get killed, we get humiliated, you get discriminated, no freedom of speech, and human rights are disrespected. And I've said that before, and democracy is disrespected in that region. So that was the lawyer, Mr. Bashar Hassan, updated and on the press conference what exactly happened with this case, with these 5 journalists. So please help us to save those journalists and others, and there's more are in prison. Thank you for being here, listening and being with us, and see you soon. And talk press with you. Bye bye.